What the fuck do you want from me? I did all the study guides, I did the flashcards, I did the Quizlet, I did every YouTube video, I did the Khan Academy, and I still cannot pass this fucking class. It is the second time I've taken it, and I've come so close, yet so fucking far to passing this class. What more do you want?
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Bro, in college, you will have assignments. You will do all them assignments, get A's on every single thing. You fail that final exam, boy, it's over.
For all of my incoming college freshmen, I just want to let you guys know that if you fail your first exam for a class, please don't get discouraged. Please. Because honestly, it's pretty common for you to fail your first test, especially when you're taking classes that are more advanced. For example, I just took my first stat exam and our average score was a 57. Like, y'all, we all failed. But really, you should just take that as a moment to learn how exactly your teacher administers tests and just get a vibe for what the test will be going forward. Don't let that discourage you, because it can be very discouraging. Like, you just be like, dang, like I just started the class and I'm already failing. Y'all, don't let that discourage you. Really use that as a lesson, learn from it, go back and adjust your studying habits, and do better on the next one. That's it. That's all.
Let's talk about failing classes in college. I want this to be a safe space for anyone who feels like they're going through this. I would love to know that I am not alone or hear advice from someone who has gone through this. But I failed my first class last semester. Or it was my first time failing a class last semester. This was the first time where me carrying so much hasn't worked itself out somehow. And this summer was going to be my redemption, and it's looking like I'm going to fail 2 more classes. I have never been more overwhelmed in my entire life, balancing life with work and school. I've always struggled academically just because I'm a little bit slower. An assignment that takes someone an hour is going to take me way longer than an hour, and it's just always been like that. But I'm an oldest child. I usually don't seek help, and I get things done on my own. I've always been super organized and motivated and a hard worker, and seeing this feels like the end of the world right now. I don't know how to pull myself out of the hole. I have a meeting with my advisor tomorrow. I had a phone call with one of my professors today, and there's just so much shame that comes with failing classes, especially one was enough. I don't know, because I only have 1 more year left, and the finish line is looking farther and farther away. But I don't know, that's my TED Talk. Not super helpful, but you know, I kind of had to realize that I'm not God and I need to stop trying to carry everything myself. There's someone who wants to carry it, and I can ask for help. And I want to tell you that it's going to be okay, because I know it will be, but I don't feel like it will be, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I should be giving some advice right now, but it would be a lie, because I feel like it's not going to be okay.
I just failed my statistics final, like literally 50%. And I think it's because, you know, I went through a lot this semester. Like, first of all, it's an accelerated semester, so it was like 8 weeks long. And I was out 3 of those weeks for my gallbladder surgery, but I ended up failing it. And I'm still going to pass the class because I did well in all the quizzes and homework and stuff. I don't know if it would be enough for it to count towards my degree or not, but I kind of wanted to come on here because it's like, everyone fails. Like, it's not, when I was an undergraduate, I used to always think that it was the end of the world to fail one of my classes, and it was like really, really awful and hard. But like, now that I'm older and I'm in my graduate degree, I'm like, yeah, you know, I didn't make it. If I have to retake the class, then I'll retake the class. Like, it's not the end of the world, and yeah, it's gonna suck because I might have to pay out of pocket to take it again, but it's like literally not the end of the world, and there's so many bigger issues than failing a class. And I'm human. Like, I'm a really smart person, but like, life happens and things happen all the time. And I kind of just want to put this out there because, like, yeah, I have a lot of accomplishments, but like, I fail just as much as I succeed in life. Like, literally all the time, I'm constantly failing. And the thing that makes you a different person than other people is in how you react in the face of failure, right? Like, are you going to give up and like not keep going, or just, you know, sulk about it and cry and things like that? Or are you just going to say, yeah, I failed. All right, let's keep going. Because it's going to happen over and over and over again. And I just wanted to put it out there because it's not all sunshine and rainbows out here in the real world. And I go to school, I work with people who are also in the program. And I told them, I was like, yeah, I think I failed. And then I did fail the final. But that's okay. That's what happened.
Sometimes when you fail class in college, it can feel like an indication that you should move into a different direction or even switch your major altogether. Now, I think there's a better way to approach when you fail a class, right? I think you have to recognize two things, right? The first one is, it is not the goal of the teacher to pass everybody in the class, right? That goes against the business model of the university institution. Everybody can pass, so they must make the material difficult. So some people get A's, some people get B's, some people get F's. That's just the law of the land. And so you failing a class isn't an indication of you. Sometimes it's just an indication that the material wasn't taught in a good way. It wasn't taught in a way where it'd be easy for students to digest. And it just wasn't taught in a way really for people to actually understand it, right? Sometimes they try and trick you on the exams. You learn one thing in class. When the exam comes, they teach you something completely different, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you failed a class 5 times, but the 6th time you passed it, and the 6th time, now you understand the material inside and out, and everything clicks and everything makes sense, does it really matter that you failed it 5 times? The person that failed it 5 times and passed it on a 6th, and the person that passed it the first time taking it, I mean, at this point, you guys are both the same, right? You guys have both passed the class. You guys both understand the material. And in fact, one could even argue that the person that took the class 6 times probably knows the material better than the person that took it 1 time, right? Because you had more opportunities to sit and read the material, to be inside the classroom. And so you always have to look at the optimistic side of every situation, right? You've already failed the class. It's over. There's nothing you can really do about it. At this point, you have to ask yourself, why did I fail this class, and what can I do differently in the future to pass this class, right? And regardless of how many times it took you to pass the class, all that really matters at the end of the day is that you understand the material and everything makes sense and you continue progressing. Just because you failed the class 1 time doesn't mean you should automatically just switch your major. Try it out again. And maybe that 2nd time you take it, maybe that 3rd time you take it, everything might come together and make sense and it'll allow you to progress. I personally have known people that, just in computer science would fail the intro to Python course or the intermediate Python course. They had to take it numerous times, but these people went on to end up working at top companies, making a lot of money after they graduated from college. So failing a class is not an indication that whatever discipline that you're going for, whatever job you're trying to get into isn't for you. It just means maybe you need to put more time and effort into understanding the material so you can get to where you want to be. And I know sometimes it can feel embarrassing in front of your friends, in front of your peers. Everybody went out to pass it and you're staying back and you have to retake the class. But you can't let that peer pressure and that social engineering get to you and affect you and allow you to make different decisions that are not going to overall benefit you in the long run. The best course of action is sticking it out, being honest with yourself and understanding why you failed the class, what things were difficult, what things were challenging, mitigating for those. And the next time you retake the class, making sure you put more emphasis and focus on those topics. And when you do these things, it'll allow you to pass that class the next time you retake it and ultimately get to where you want to be.
Once school is over, majority of that stuff you won't even use, honestly. And if you do use it, it won't be in that much of detail. It'll just be overall the broad knowledge of those things.
College really is about failing a test and moving the fuck on. Because literally, I opened up my motherfucking grade book, bitch. I studied so hard for that motherfucking test, y'all. Why the fuck did I get literally a 68 on it? I got a 68%, bitch. I literally just closed the laptop and I moved on about my day, bitch. No, I did not go to class that day. Especially because he was handing back the tests. I don't want nobody to see my grade. I just feel like it's so embarrassing, especially when you studied so hard and you still fail. It's just like, damn, bitch, am I the motherfucking problem? You want me to study even more just to get the same fucking output, bitch? I literally was studying that whole fucking day and I still didn't do good on the test. Ew. After I seen that grade, I did take my steps just to go get some Dunkin'. You know I gotta treat myself by any means because I'm gonna put me before a grade any day. My mental health come first, and I'm not allowing no motherfucking failed test just to literally dictate my attitude. Even though that test was literally worth 33% of my grade, I'm going to email him tomorrow morning. I am. Because I did put in the work. It's just like, I'm not a good test taker. And you put all this weight onto a motherfucking test, it's stressing me the hell out. Good night, y'all. It's literally 5:35 in the morning. I need to be asleep because I got class in the morning.
If you're a college professor and majority of kids keep failing your class, that just tells me that you're not a good teacher. It just tells me you spent your entire life dedicated to studying this subject, yet you have no way on how to dissect it to others who are just being introduced to it. I saw that little video with the professor saying 50 students were failing his class, whatever, yada, yada, yada. I don't care. It just means to me, as a professor, you have no ways on how to properly share the material with your students. I've had professors who were amazing in what they thought. Like, they knew their shit and they knew how to give it to students. Because again, we're being introduced to this for the first time. I also had professors who were amazing in knowing their subject. Like, I'm talking about Miss Fields from organic chemistry. I will never forget you. Like, this woman knew her work. She knew exactly what she was talking about. Could she translate it to us? No. She would give the most bizarre examples and we'd be in class like, huh? What the fuck is she talking about? And I mean, majority of people were failing her class, and she would often be like, my class is really hard. A lot of people fail my class. It is what it is. It's not for everybody. No, you're just a bad teacher. Because overall, when you really truly break it down, organic chemistry does not have to be as difficult as it was for me in that class and many other students. And that's how I feel about a lot of subjects. The minute that I would see my professors for my classes, I would go and see them on ratemyprofessor.com. And if I saw any comments saying, oh my goodness, they would say that their class is really hard, nobody ever passed, I am dipping out of there. Because you're not here to teach. It looks like you're here to flex on us that you spent your entire life learning something, and you're gonna fail me for not understanding what took you 6 years in one semester.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
You take your L's differently in college. I got ate up by a chem test I just took. Not only was I just cooked, I was on high heat. This would have had me so sick to my stomach in high school, but like, when you fail things, take a deep breath and move on. You have no choice but to move on, because you turn around, why are there 3 assignments due on McGraw-Hill? So this is what I'm doing post failing my test. I will be attending her office hours. I guess I was playing too much. I was cooked, I was grilled, sauteed in the pan, I was in a crock pot. I mean, every form of cooking there is, they got me. I used to like chem. Someone quickly tell me what a redox reaction is. Nobody knows exactly. So why do I need to know? Baby, it got to a point in that test where I just started putting B. Bro, I've not done that in years. Bro, that test was frying me, bro. It was frying me. But so yeah. But I have no choice. In college, you're not given any other choice but to bounce back. Like, I definitely gotta hit that post-fail nap and then get ready to do what I need to do for the rest of the day.
Guys, in order to graduate most colleges, you really only need a 2.0 GPA. And so you can actually fail a few classes and still get a good GPA at the end of the day and still be able to earn your degree. And in order to pass most classes, you really only need like a C- or above. You don't really need like an A or B. Yes, it would be nice to, have that grade in each class. But in reality, some of the classes that we take, especially those higher level classes, are very challenging. They're not easy to do whatsoever, and so it can be very challenging for you to do well in those courses just because the courses are very hard, right? And number 2, it is new material that you'll be learning. So at the end of the day, if you do fail, 1 or 2 classes, it's not really the end of the world as long as you continue to push and move forward and not give up and just try to finish your degree.
I made this video last year, but I do want to make it again due to me having more followers this time. Here's what to do if you have failed a class or didn't get the required grade for the course. Coming from somebody that's not only a graduating senior next semester, but also has failed a course before and had to retake courses before. First things first, know that it is okay. And I'm saying this as somebody that literally came from high school with straight A's, never ever got anything below a B, and then failed a course. When I tell you I definitely did crash out, I did. But what my mentor told me is that mistakes are made. And there are always ways to do better. Always. Get in tune with your emotions. Understand that you may have failed the course, but this is not the end. Okay? It's not the end. Number 2, get in contact with your advisor or the person that's above helping you get your schedule together, because you're going to have to talk to them about your next steps or how this will affect your scheduling and GPA. I say get in contact with them because every school is different. I know with A&T, if you fail a course, what you have to do is you have to retake that course, and basically the new grade that you get takes over that grade for the other course. Does that make sense? But again, that's A&T. Other schools, it may be different. There may be different requirements. So like I said, again, get in contact with whoever is above your schedule or anything of that nature. Number 3, you are now going to look at what was the issue and like what made you fail. Was it the professor and the way they taught? Was it you not doing the work? Was it because you truly didn't understand the concept? Once you figure out that reasoning, it's going to help you if you have to retake the course again. Because if it was the professor, you can get a new professor. If it was you not doing the work, then let me tell you, next semester or whenever you take that course again, you have to be on it real bad. That should be the first course that you're always doing homework assignments for. If it was because you truly didn't understand the actual course itself, maybe it's time for more studying. Maybe it's time for you to get a tutor. Maybe it's time for you to go to your professor's office hours and explain to them that you truly did not understand the course and you are trying to understand it now. College is all about problem solving, but problem solving for yourself. But again, like I said, is it the best thing in the world to fail a class? No, by all means, no. But at the end of the day, there are worse mistakes that can be made, and there are always mistakes that are going to be made. Failing a course was your mistake this time, and that is okay. I promise you, it is okay. Coming from somebody that failed a class, because I'm gonna be honest with you about my college experience always. And don't get it twisted, because my GPA is still above a 3.0. Actually, it's above average too, okay? Anyways, y'all stay safe. Bye.
To all my incoming college freshmen, these are some classes where it's just like, a lot of people fail them. So if you see yourself on the path to failing the class, don't even stress yourself out about it. I mean, stress yourself out and exercise all your resources, but it's not crazy if you see yourself about to fail. First one is accounting, especially at A&T. Everybody fails accounting. Number 2 is chemistry. I didn't have to take chemistry. Y'all know I'm in business school, so I don't take chemistry. But all my friends who took chemistry basically either failed or almost failed. So it's just like, it's a shared experience at this point. Don't beat yourself up about it. 3 is statistics or like calculus, those type of classes. Everybody be failing those too, so don't even beat yourself up. And the last one is anything related to computer science. If you're a computer science major and you see yourself failing, I mean, it's okay. Don't even beat yourself up. I mean, it's not okay, but like, it's okay. You're a computer science major, so, you know. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that I know anybody in computer science that hasn't failed at least like one class their freshman year. I don't think I know anybody, so. Either way, make sure that y'all use that free tutoring and use the academic services centers and stuff like that. The Center for Academic Excellence at NK, y'all better use them up. I think that's what that's for. Don't quote me. But yeah, if you see yourself failing these classes, you find yourself not doing too well in the classes, don't beat yourself up about it. I promise it's everybody.
Do you know that there are some professors in college that can be very cruel and evil? Rather than making sure students learn and apply the content they're teaching, they really get a kick out of failing, students. It's crazy. And I'm not just saying, one particular student or a few that they don't like. Like, they really get a thrill out of, failing as many students as they can. Another thing they'll do is make sure their class is extremely difficult to pass. Like, nobody can pass the class. Only 1% of the class can pass. Professors, they really get a kick out of failing students. It's crazy. Y'all gotta watch out.
If you are a business student and you're failing a class, I'm sorry, it's honestly impressive. Because I'm not going to call business classes a joke, but you actually have to be trying to get below that 70% threshold in almost any business class. Now, yes, finance, econ, and accounting classes are hard, but the hardest of those classes at most schools are the same level of difficulty as like a mid-level STEM class. And in most business schools, the teachers know that the kids need good grades to place into good companies. And the business school wants more of their kids to get placed into good companies. So then they're going to boost their grades with extra credit or random assignments that help them, even though the classes are still easier than STEM. So in a way, being an A business student is very similar to being a B or C STEM student, depending on what your STEM major is, because C's get degrees for STEM, C's don't get jobs for business. Also, I went skiing, ignored the shades of my face right now because I don't know what's going on. But back to the main point, if you're failing a business class, it's honestly impressive. Like, you have to be trying to do that. And I'm not saying all business classes are easy, but they're easier for sure.
Guys, from my personal experience, most business classes are actually pretty easy. Now, if you go to like finance or even economics, like my major is very challenging. Economics is a very challenging course. Finance as well, right? And so there are a lot of things that you have to learn. You have to do a lot of math. You have to understand a lot of concepts, and you have to take a lot of higher level stat classes and all of this stuff, right? So it's really not easy at all, and you can still pass those classes.
Failing a class is the worst thing that can ever happen to a college student. It literally sets you back and puts your GPA so low. I know that from experience because I'll just say I failed a couple college classes, not entirely failed, but I was doing terrible. And my GPA and academic record in general was cooked. Like, that joint made me want to uninstall life, bro. But if you failed a class, just sign up for summer classes. I remember signing up for summer class to retake the subject, and I did way better than my normal semester. Like, honestly, if you're failing a class and you're going to summer school, just do this. Go to savemygpa.com. You just take a picture of your question or whatever you're trying to solve, and it literally gives you the answer immediately. And that shit works for every single subject too. So I was just breezing through my classes like it was nothing.
You've never allowed yourself to grieve the college experience you thought you were going to have. And until you do, you will keep repeating the same failures semester after semester after semester. Clinging to what could have been keeps you stuck in the past. It keeps you stuck in the thoughts of last semester. It keeps you stuck in the emotions of last semester. It keeps you stuck in the actions of last semester. It is imperative that you see this pattern because our thoughts drive our emotions. Our emotions create sensations in our bodies, and those sensations will drive the actions that you take and not take. And those actions will create the grades that you have and the experience that you create for yourself this semester. So if you are stuck in old patterns, if you are stuck in old emotions, if you are stuck in old sensations, if you are stuck in old actions, you will stay stuck in the same old pattern. If you want to earn better grades, if you actually want next semester to be different, because I know you say that to yourself every semester and it always ends up the same. If you want it to be different, you have to learn how to grieve the experience that you thought that you were going to have. You have to learn how to move past that shit if you want to create your best semester yet. And I can help you. I am the life coach for women in college. I went from failing out of 7 classes to graduating with honors while working full time, maintaining a relationship, and proving my professor who told me that I wasn't smart enough wrong. I have 4 spots right now to work with college women in the spring 2024 semester. If you know that you need this support, if you know that what you want is to prove to yourself that you actually are smart enough, that you're capable enough, that you're worthy enough of the grades in the college experience it is that you want, no matter what your life circumstances are, then you should book a consultation call with me. The link is in my bio.
Here are the top 3 reasons why you guys are going to college and partying out and failing all of your classes. I'm talking about just getting C's and D's. I'm talking about straight F's where you have to leave the university because they're not going to take you as a student anymore. Partying too much. You're going out 4 to 5 days a week, or maybe every single day for that matter, and you're just getting too drunk to even do your schoolwork. If you came to school to party, you must be really fucking rich because you're wasting your goddamn money. Like, how could someone go to school, party every day, and waste $100,000 a year, maybe more, maybe less, and not even go to class? You're just simply not doing your assignments and you're cheating the freaking way through. ChatGPT, you don't study, you're doing all the things so that you don't have to do your schoolwork. That literally is what college is about, so why the fuck are you there? And it's not even that hard to study anymore. There's so many apps and guides you could use that could literally help you. For example, I have this one called Unstuck, and I can just set my phone down in class, hit record, and it will write all of my notes for me, and then later on I can take those notes, put them into flashcards and practice quizzes so that I can study them. The biggest life hack, and people aren't using it enough. I changed my major the first semester, and that is okay. I'm set back a semester, but you know what? I'm actually going to school for a degree that I actually want to pursue.
There are a few reasons why students may fail. Number 1, the class may just be extremely hard, or the professor can make it very challenging, right? And so most of the students can fail easily, if not all of the students, right? Number 2, the students don't study hard, right? It can be like that. Like, if you're not really locked in, especially in a class, especially a higher level class, you have a very high chance of not doing well in that class. But if you lock in, you can probably get like a solid B, maybe if you're really good, an A or something like that. Or guys, at times your brain is just not taking the material, or your teacher is not teaching the material the right way. And so you can fail just because you're not understanding what you're learning. And then the fourth way to fail a class is to have a lot of stuff happening in your life. If you have a lot of stuff happening in your life and you can't really focus that much on school, you can easily fail classes. And it actually happened to me. I had a lot of stuff happening in my life for about 2 to 3 years or so, and I did not do well in any of my econ classes, just because my mind was just elsewhere. I was dealing with a lot of stuff. So stuff like that happens. Life does happen, but you know, you can always, number one, get help, and number two, you can come back and retake those courses that you failed and just try to do a lot better.
I'm literally freaking out. I don't know how I managed to do this, but I'm literally taking a final right now, okay? I was like, I have to get this done. It's due at 11:59. I have 2 hours to do it, so I'm gonna do it. It's not due at 11:59. It's due in 7 minutes, and I haven't started. Anyways, I'm just gonna put A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. There's 86 questions. I don't know what to do. I literally don't know how I was so, like, unorganized with knowing that this was due when it's due. I'm literally freaking out right now. I'm gonna update you when I submit it, and I'll let you know what I got. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's actually 83 questions, but here's how much time I got left after just A, B, C, D in my way through. Oh my god. Let's just click submit. I'm so scared. This is not real. Oh my gosh. Out of what? Hold on, it doesn't say how many points it's worth. Oh no, it's 200 points. I've never done that bad on it. All I can do is laugh, because if I don't, I'll cry.
This teacher has totally, absolutely, positively tested my patience. I've been doing good all semester, passing all my classes, but this last class, she really done pissed me off. I had to do a 5 to 6 page rough draft for my essay. I did the 5 to 6 pages. Why does lady give me a 7? A 7. I should have just used ChatGPT, because at this point I done had it up to here with this lady, with this class, with all of it. I'm tired of all these writing classes. This whole semester I've had writing classes. Writing. I'm so tired of writing. This is why I'm failing my class now, because the medication that I'm on, it just got me about to crash out over this class. I don't even want to finish all the work, because now I'm failing the class. I just might as well fail all of it. I might as well not even do the work at this point. Then she got the nerve to keep telling me to write in third person. I don't even live in third person. I don't say he, she, they, it. I live in first person. I talk about I. What the freak, bro?
Yeah, I've failed multiple college classes, but it doesn't really matter as long as you drop the class before it goes onto your GPA. The best course of action is to have a high GPA, get an internship before your grades drop, and then once you have that internship, your resume is pretty much good enough to get a full-time job. Failing a class usually isn't a big deal because you can just retake it later. Pro tip, most teachers are too lazy to change exam questions or projects, so try to find other students who have already taken those courses and get some help from them. Good luck.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.